Interested in getting started with sharpening your knives on whetstones? Well, in this video, we are going to talk through the 3 essential grits that you need to get your knives sharp. Stick around to the end of the video and we'll share a quick hack that will make polishing up your edges super easy. So let's jump into the grit. The first grit that you want is a coarse grit. This will be anything up to about 600 grit. Personally, I really like stones in the 220 to 400 grit range. The coarse grit is really good for either quickly sharpening a really dull knife or repairing damage on a knife. With a coarse grit, you can really quickly raise a burr, and coarse grits produce nice large burrs that are really easy to feel. Great if you're just starting out. Skipping coarse grits is probably the #1 mistake that we see beginners make. Fine stones are so much slower than coarse grit, and that can be a real source of frustration if you're just starting out in sharpening. Coarse stones will make quick work of sharpening, greatly reducing the number of strokes that you need in order to raise a burr. It makes life a lot easier. Some beginners are a little worried about using coarse grits because they've heard they might remove too much material. This is only the case if you keep sharpening after you've raised a burr. Coarse grits make it really easy to feel a burr, so that shouldn't be a problem. Once you can feel the burr all along the edge on one side, you can flip the knife over and keep sharpening until you feel a burr on that side. Then you're ready to move on to the next essential grit, and that's medium stones. So a medium stone is anything from about 600 grit up to around 2000. The classic and most popular choice is a 1000 grit stone. It will take some practice, but you want to learn to recognize when your knife is getting blunt. Leave it too long and you'll have to go back to your coarse stone. There's no shame in that, but sharpening a little and often is the best way to go about sharpening, and the medium grit stone is great for that. With a medium grit stone, you want to be getting an edge that can slice through paper. The paper slice is a good test to see if you've sharpened all along the edge of your knife. If the knife snags or tears the paper, then that shows that there's a section of the blade that still needs a little bit of work. You want to make sure that you've got a good edge off of your medium stone before you move up to the next stone. Now we get onto the fun stuff, the fine stones. These are in the 2000 to 5000 grit range. When you're sharpening on a fine stone, you want to be using light pressure because all you should be doing is refining that good edge that you already got on your medium stone. Fine stones refine already sharp edges, what some people refer to as honing. Without an already sharp edge, you'll probably be wasting your time sharpening on a fine stone. Since fine stones remove so little material from the edge of your knife, you might not be able to feel or see a burr on the edge. So it's useful to count the number of strokes or alternate as you go to make sure that you maintain an even bevel while using your fine stones. So those are the 3 essential grits that you can put an edge on pretty much anything with. Before we go, here's that easy hack for getting a polished edge on your knives, and that's to use a leather strop. Just simply add some abrasive compound to it, and the give in the leather will make it a lot easier for it to polish that burr off than it is to do it just on a stone. I still recommend learning how to deburr on a stone, but with the 3 essential grits and a leather strop, you can sharpen pretty much anything really quickly. So if you're interested in getting started sharpening with whetstones, I'll leave links to all of the products that we used in the description below. If you found this video useful, consider giving it a like and subscribe for more.